So we were doing it and going ahead, and then you start keep going, and you're like, this feels like it's quite long.
Yeah.
But then at a moment I was like, this feels like it's really, like, I think maybe I'll just go, oh my God, we're here.
Yeah, you did,
And then Andrew came to the door and he was like, what were you doing? We were like,
Why didn't you stop?
He was like, I was shouting, cut, cut.
Yeah.
And we just hadn't heard it.
Couldn't hear
so the
anything
whole
in
crew
there.
were just watching us. They were like, what are they doing?
I'd very much like to be more than friends. So much more.
Colin coming back into society, he's trying to like deal with a lot and process the reaction that he's sort of getting from everyone around him in the ton. And that's why I think it takes him a little while to see Penelope for, you know, the changes that she's made, the growth that she's had in her journey, you know, in the summer that we've experienced between seasons. But it is a real turning point for the characters. It feels like he's finally being honest with his feelings.
These past few weeks have been full of confounding feelings. Feelings like a total inability to stop thinking about you. About that kiss.
We shot it over the course of a few different weeks, as the exteriors are at Hampton Court Palace and then the interiors are on a soundstage. But we knew that it was a really important scene from the books that the fans really loved, so it had an extra special energy that day. People can focus on the fact that it's like a sexy scene or whatever, but it's also written really beautifully.
Yeah.
And for me, it has all the things that people love about Bridgerton just all wrapped up in one, because you have that suspense at the beginning, you have the friction between them, then you have the romance, and then you have the sexiness of it. So it's, we loved filming it.
It's like they're playing a little game at one point, you know, because
Yeah.
he's very open and honest, and then it feels like it's not reciprocated for a moment, and you're kind of really, you know, you're on edge throughout the scene until we get to the final moment. Yeah.
You're coming with me?
What? Your family will see me.
For God's sake, Penelope Featherington, are you going to marry me or not?
Andrew, our wonderful director of that block, he was amazing in letting us sort of explore different versions of the scene.
Yes.
You know, we'd do multiple takes and he'd say, let's try it slightly like this and slightly like that. And the carriages, it's not like we have like a specifically designed carriage that's got extra space for like a crew and a camera to be in. Yeah, they're really small, aren't they? So for the majority of any shot that was like filmed inside, it was just us in a carriage. And you know, we can see a screen going past us. We can't see the cameras.
Couldn't see the cameras, you know, everyone was there. So we got basically into the steamy stuff, and we sort of knew, you know, as I said, certain points we needed to hit, but then, you know, the director said, I'm going to shout, stop, and it's when the carriage has stopped. And we're like, great. So we were doing it and going ahead, and then you keep going, and you're like, this feels like it's quite long.
Yeah.
And then in my head I'm going, but maybe that's fine, and it's for the edit. So we just kept going. We were like, all right, you know. But then at a moment I was like, this feels like it's really, like, I think maybe I'll just go, oh my God, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, Colin, we're at your house.
Oh God. Could the carriage driver not keep on driving?
And then Andrew came to the door and he was like, what were you doing? We were like,
Why
what?
didn't you stop?
He was like, I was shouting, cut, cut.
Yeah.
And we just hadn't heard it.
Couldn't hear
so the
anything
whole
in
crew
there.
were just watching us. They were like, what are they doing?
We wanted to really keep the story between these two characters authentic. So as much as there are moments where, you know, it is really sexy, we still stays really truthful to their storyline, and it's like innocent and funny and sweet, and all these different genres all in one big long intimacy scene.